Let's talk about overthinking when it comes to dealing with women. I've been dealing with this conversation for years now, and super common mistake I see guys make all the time in relationships. It usually happens in relationships. It happens as a lot with guys that are just like dealing with women because they're trying to date a few simultaneously, aka spin plates and consider some options. And dudes really do love to complicate their lives and justify why they do it. And it's not just men that do it. Women do it too. I have some female clients of mine that I've dealt with, but it seems like men because of their thirst for women. And the struggles that a lot of them tend to have, it's like almost. Well, like I see it in groups all the time where they'll post a screenshot of, let's say something like a field report, which for those of you that aren't familiar with that is really just, here's my text read, and they post it in a private discussion group, whether that's on a forum or otherwise. We're on a page talking about, hey, I did this, and then she did that, and then we did that, and then I said I was gonna call, and she didn't answer her phone. And it's like all this sequence of things that lead up to them being perplexed and saying, hey guys on the internet, help me out with this. Why am I not getting the results that I want? So to answer that question and help you guys a little bit more with this, you need to get out of your own way. Okay, if I'm being honest, the concept of unplugging is difficult for some to understand. But the first step in unplugging is you have to become aware of your own bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. The first step is become aware of your own. The second step is becoming aware of the BS around. Let me give you an example. We live in strange times today where we have this beer bug thing still going on. It's been going on for a few years now, and we're seeing guys that are unable to do certain things, and there's some guys that can. See the code in the matrix, if you will, and they're like, okay, I understand why they're doing this. Additionally, there are these reasons that so they are aware of the BS being thrown at them. If I'm being completely honest, most males are plugged. People in society. They are really happy-go-lucky to comply with it and are plugged into all of the government regulations and their general ties to it. There are people who, if you will, can perceive their own BS, but not the state BS, if that makes sense. So once more, the first step is realizing your own self-talk. The next step is to see the world around you and become conscious of the crap all around you. Both have major significance. Returning to getting out of your own way. If you don't recognize your own self-bullshit, how will you ever get out of your own way? Which is essentially the point I'm making here. You need to understand that, for the most part, the meatball between your ears is typically the major barrier to clarity for a lot of males, especially when dealing with women, and it gets in the way because you're overthinking shit. In all honesty, women aren't that complicated. They have put the effort into improving themselves, earning the money, and losing the belly fat. They are not a slob. They are not. They have style, have essentially reached their financial, social, and prestige limits. The point being is you need to get out of your way and get out of your own head. Don't overcomplicate shit. If she digs you, okay, she will literally do just about anything to get with you. There's old stories from dating coaches of things where they would talk about, like women will basically jump through hoops to make sure that she can get with a guy that she deems high enough value. The important thing to remember is that becoming known as that guy is the fastest route to get to this destination. Once you reach that level, you can overcome your obstacles. One of the most frequent behaviors I observe in guys is their tendency to complicate situations, text threads, field reports, what transpired on days 1 and 2, and how you need to get in this and that and consider her hyper Karina. It's similar to how guys who are successful with women often have a large number of them nearby. Select from. Men sometimes act like they're trying to hide from it. They say, yeah, but I'm too busy. I'd rather avoid dealing with that. But guys that have their shit together have leveled up everywhere in life. They don't really care that much about the opinion of other people, especially women. I texted her, but she didn't respond. I dialed her number. She didn't respond. So call the next girl, right? Text the next lady. Because of the women, you're on a rotation. Or, as we've seen time and again, they'll do anything if you're a high enough value guy. So it's not always that if I responded with this woody banter line and copied and pasted this text thread instead from this dating coach, and then this pickup artist said that, and this guy on the internet or YouTube or Reddit or whatever, they'll just spend way too much time complicating their life and then justifying why they do it. And then they don't get the results that they're looking for. And then they literally go on the internet looking for advice from people who aren't really qualified to give it to them, when all they really need to do is stop caring so much, get out of their own way, and they'll probably have to deal with shit themselves. Are you still overweight? Lose some weight. Do you have terrible style? Fix that. You got a bad haircut where you're holding on to scraps because you're balding. Shave your head or get a transplant or whatever you gotta do to fix what it is that is gonna be a detriment to your game or getting positive responses from women, but don't spend too much time on women. This is not a good return on investment. It's not a good investment of your time in life in general. Trying to figure out why you're trying to spend a few minutes, a few hours, or even a lifetime with these random broads. Why are you adding to the confusion? Women's relationships should be and amusement. Okay, I'll repeat myself. This will be the end of my discussion. Relationships with women should be simple and enjoyable. There should be some sort of payoff. Okay, to some extent, it should be profitable. When entrepreneurs were starting their businesses, I would advise them to create something simple, profitable, and enjoyable. It's known as an ELF business. Simple, profitable, and enjoyable. The same is true for women. Why do you want to pursue these ladies? Why do you want to pursue these ladies? Give. A lot of guys want to spend more time figuring out why Becky didn't respond to their text thread, or why Nancy didn't answer the phone, or they only got one date out of the girl, and she's now ghosting him. Everything boils down to the same thing. She doesn't see you as the best option, and you're wasting your time overthinking it, when you should be reinvesting that time in yourself in something that will pay you back. Anyway, I'm sure some of you have been through this and have some trench stories to share. Go ahead and do so.